It started a few weeks back. A weird smell coming from my fridge. I searched through it, looking for the cause of the stench. After a few minutes of looking, I found a box of tomatoes covered in mold. I found it strange since I only had gotten the tomatoes a few days back, but I didn't think much of it. Maybe they were a bad box. I threw them away, shrugged at it, and forgot about it. Until the next week, I had bought fresh fruit and vegetables just the night before. But when I woke up and stepped out of my bedroom, the same smell from the previous week filled my kitchen. I opened the fridge and was shocked by the sight. Almost all the fruits and veggies I had bought, not even 12 hours ago, was molding, or in some other state of rot. I took all of it out, tipped it into the trash, and took the trash out to throw out in the yard. When I got back, I deep cleaned the entire fridge, making sure nothing that could cause the food to rot was left. At first, I was kind of shocked, but also concerned. After cleaning out the fridge, I decided to head to the store again, but to complain about the food. Of course, they were selling food that was already rotting. That was the only logical explanation. When I arrived at the store, I told the cashier about my situation. She looked at me with a tired expression and sent me to the manager. Strangely enough, I was told that no other customer had these complaints. I got my money back from the purchase, plus a $50 gift card for the inconvenience. Pleased enough, I went home and decided to try and shop at a different store. I took the car and drove to a large supermarket in the next town over. I did my usual shopping, paid, and drove back home. When I got back, I immediately checked for any rot or mold on the food before making some of it into a salad. A few hours later, I passed out from exhaustion and slept until morning. When I woke up, a strange smell was coming from my mouth. I could vaguely recognize it, but wasn't able to put my finger on from where. I excused it as morning breath and walked over to the bathroom to brush my teeth and hopefully the horrid smell away. The face I saw in the mirror made me scream in horror. It looked as if black and whited greenish mold was growing on my face. I hurried to try and wash it off, but got even more horrified as I saw my skin falling off in pieces. My first thought was to run into the kitchen. I had to check the food. When I entered the kitchen, a smell hit me like a train, and I realized where I recognized the smell from. It was my breath. It was the rot. I opened the fridge and all of my freshly bought food fell out in different stages of rot. I screamed again. As I'm writing this, I'm not sure if I have much left. The mold, it's spreading. Yeah, my son isn't normal. I don't know how to start this. I've written this post 4 times and deleted it 4 times, but my wife is asleep in the next room and I can't sleep, so I'm going to type this out before I lose my nerve. I need to tell someone what happened in my house. 15 years ago, my wife gave birth to our son. I'm not going to use his real name here, so I'll just call him Ray. The first 2 years with Ray were the happiest of my life. He laughed a lot. He slept well. My wife and I used to sit on the porch at night and just look at him and feel like the luckiest people alive. Then, something changed. It started small. He would pull the wings off flies. Kids do that, right? I told myself that. Then it was the neighbor's cat. We found it behind our shed, and I don't want to describe what it looked like. We told ourselves a fox got it. By the time Ray was 6, teachers were calling us every week. He pushed a boy off of the monkey bars and broke his arm. He said the boy, quote unquote, made a funny sound. He set fire to a trash can in the school bathroom. When the counselor asked him why, he smiled and said I wanted to see. We took him to doctors, psychologists, One of them, a quiet older man with glasses, pulled me aside after a session and said words I will never forget. "Your son doesn't feel what other people feel. I don't think he ever will." We didn't want to hear it. We loved him. We told ourselves love could fix anything. By the time Ray was 12, love wasn't fixing anything. I won't go through every single thing that happened over the years. Some of it is too much. But by the time Ray was 15, we were locking our bedroom door at night. We had cameras in the hallway. My wife stopped leaving knives out on the counter. Our son, our sweet baby boy who used to fall asleep on my chest, had grown into something that looked at us like we were furniture, like we were things he was still deciding what to do with. And then my wife found out she was pregnant again. I remember the night she told me. I didn't feel happy. I felt sick. All I could do was think about Ray's face the day we brought our daughter home from the hospital. He didn't smile. He didn't cry. He just stood in the doorway of the nursery and stared at her crib for 11 minutes. I know it was 11 minutes because I was standing behind him counting every single one. Too scared to move. Too scared to say anything that might set him off. We named her Lily. For the first year, nothing happened. Ray mostly ignored her. We started to relax, just a little. Maybe he didn't care about her at all. Maybe that was a good thing. Then, one night I woke up at 3 a.m. and Ray's door was open. His bed was empty. I ran to Lily's room so fast I don't even remember moving my legs. He was standing over her crib, just standing there, watching her sleep. I grabbed him by the shoulder and he turned around slow like he had all the time in the world. And he looked at me and said the words that have been stuck in my head every night since. "I'm the only reason she's still breathing." I didn't understand what he meant. I still don't, not fully, but I dragged him out of that room and I didn't sleep again that night, or the next, or hardly any night after. 2 weeks later, I found out why he said it. I was cleaning out the garage and I found a box shoved behind the water heater, taped shut, hidden under a tarp. Inside were photographs, old ones, photos of our street, photos of our house taken from outside, through the windows at night. Photos of Lily's nursery, the crib, the window above it, the window that faces the woods behind our property. Photos I never took. Photos my wife never took. I brought them to Ray and I asked him where they came from. And for the first time in years, I saw something on his face that wasn't emptiness. It was fear. He told me there was a man. He said the man had been coming to the edge of the woods for almost a year, watching the house, watching Lily's window. He said he saw him first months before we ever put in the cameras. He said he never told us because he knew we wouldn't believe him. Because why would we believe the boy who hurts things? The boy who scares people? The boy the whole town already thinks is broken? He said the only reason the man never got inside was because Ray had been sitting outside Lily's door every single night since she was born, waiting. I felt the floor tilt under me. I asked him why he never just told us the truth. He looked at me with those flat, empty eyes I had spent years being afraid of, and he said, "Would you have believed me? Or would you have just been more scared of me?" I didn't sleep that night either. I sat in the hallway between both kids' rooms with a baseball bat until the sun came up, feeling like the worst father in the entire world. We called the police. They found footprints in the mud behind the fence, cigarette butts, a pair of binoculars wedged in the fork of a tree, aimed directly at Lily's window. They're investigating. That was 11 days ago. No arrests yet. Ray still doesn't feel things the way other people do. That part is real. I'm not writing this to pretend it isn't. The doctor's right about him in a lot of ways. He still scares me sometimes. I still lock my door at night if I'm honest. But 3 nights ago I got up to get water at 2 a.m. and I walked past Lily's door and it was open again. And Ray was sitting on the floor outside it. Not inside her room, outside the door in the hallway, back against the wall, eyes on the window at the end of the hall the whole time. He didn't even look at me. He just said very quietly, "Go back to bed. I've got this." I stood there for a long time before I finally did. I keep telling myself this is a good thing. I keep telling myself maybe I was wrong about my own son this whole time. That maybe there's something in him after all. Something that looks different than it does in other people. But last night I couldn't sleep, so I went back through the photographs one more time. The ones from the box in the garage, and in the very last one, taken from the tree line, aimed at Lily's window at night, there are 2 figures visible through the glass. One is my daughter asleep in her crib. The other one is Ray standing over her, in the picture, taken from outside in the dark, at an angle no one in our house could have taken it from. The photo is dated the night before Lily was born. I haven't shown my wife yet. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it means anything. I just know Ray is sitting outside that door again tonight, and I don't know anymore whether he's keeping something out or something in. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe and like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.